This past week, the House Committee on Financial Services in the U.S. looked at the stocks that are being battered around with extreme volatility, largely due to the social media sites such as Reddit. They focused on GameStop, which has been popular in the media recently as well. They interviewed a panel of key players that were involved, including Vlad Tenev, who is the CEO of Robinhood. And when they asked about a whole bunch of procedural questions, one of the things we found out was that the percentage of stocks sold short in the marketplace was larger than the stocks in existence. In fact, there's a point in early January where the percentage of stocks sold short was over 140% of the stocks that existed in the float for GameStop. That's crazy. That's nuts and should not be allowed. It's only going to contribute to bigger problems. And that's one of the contributing factors to this whole volatility move, was because of the percentage of the stocks that were sold short. Now, I want to go on record as saying I think selling short actually provides value in the marketplace, because it does provide liquidity in the market, as well as it's the short sellers that uncover a lot of fraud in the marketplace. The regulators, that's their job, is to investigate and prosecute, but they don't have the bandwidth to do that a lot of times. So the short sellers were responsible for just uncovering Enron, uncovering Theranos, uncovering Wirecard in Germany. In fact, with Wirecard in Germany, the short sellers went to the regulators numerous times and said, there's fraud here. And the regulators took forever to actually start to look into this and to prosecute. But it was the short sellers that uncovered it. So I think there is value. But what we have to control is the amount of shares that can be sold short. You should not be able to sell short a share twice. But this was happening multiple times for GameStop. So a typical investor buys a stock and hopes to sell it higher. A short seller borrows a stock, sells it into the marketplace, and when it goes down in value, they buy it back and make that spread. That's their objective. Now, what was taking place was short sellers were borrowing stock, selling it into the marketplace. That new owner then would now relend that share to another short seller who would sell it short into the market. And then you end up with this 140% of the float being sold short, which is just crazy. And it's only going to cause problems. We need to stop this. So in today's world, we have the technology to do it. We have the blockchain technology to track things instantly. We should be able to say, we're going to limit these shares from being sold short. It's already being sold short. It can't be sold short again. We have the technology. We should just do that. Now, so what's the cost? The cost is that the price of actually short selling would actually go up because there'd be fewer shares to short sell. That's okay. What we're doing is we're going to avoid problems or not have as many situations where you're going to have this extreme volatility with extreme short squeezes taking place that's going to be disruptive in the markets. So short selling, I think, is good, but the regulators need to get on and change the law and change the procedures so that we can actually say stocks should not be sold short more than once. Thank you very much for joining me today.